Ladies and gentlemen, this story bothers me a little bit because it comes from a place that's kind of from my heart, which is Arkansas. My dad is originally from Arkansas. But the Arkansas I'm familiar with is the little small towns that show so much love and, everybody knows everybody. We treat each other like family, all of that good stuff. Not so much familiar with the bigger cities in Arkansas. I am familiar kind of with some of the older culture that has kind of passed through there in the South, the racism and all of that stuff. I am familiar with that. This is something else. So I'm going to warn you guys before I give you the details. There are no news stories or videos with this. I think it should have been. But I'm going to just tell you a quick story, and it's not going to sit well with your sensibilities. It's going to turn your stomach because of what they're arrested for doing. So if you can't handle that and you need to exit, I totally understand. This might not be the video for you. As a disclaimer, I'm going to tell you guys a story about these two individuals. I think this is two individuals. They look like they're damn near the same person. I got so confused. I think that's two separate thugs. I think. If it's the same person, I could be wrong. I don't know. Little Rock, Arkansas takes the L. Two Little Rock men have pled guilty to conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of a 6-year-old child. Please notate that. Not 16, not 26. SIX, the number 6. A 6-year-old child. DeMarcus George, who's 27 years old, entered his guilty plea Wednesday afternoon before the U.S. District Judge Brian S. Miller. George joins his co-defendant, Mario Walters, who's 33 years old. They're different ages, apparently, who pled guilty last week. The guilty pleas effectively canceled George and Walters' upcoming jury trial, which was scheduled to begin on November the 15th. In February of 2018, a 6-year-old child was taken to Arkansas Children's Hospital due to symptoms that were later determined to be caused by several sexually transmitted diseases. Several sexually transmitted diseases on a 6-year-old child. Think about that for a moment. Age 6. I vividly remember when my daughter was 5. And I'm thinking only a year older than that. Like, what? Just starting school. Have y'all ever seen a 6-year-old child? A kindergartner. A first grader in some instances. Several sexually transmitted diseases. Just don't know what this world is coming to. And what's even more scary about this ain't even uncommon. This is why I struggle with the idea of the death penalty. I just don't think that some people are connected all the way. The phone is not connected to the line. The internet modem ain't making a connection. The child was interviewed by FBI forensic interviewer and disclosed that a man, and later determined to be DeMarcus George, had raped her. So it's a girl. The child also disclosed that another man, later determined to be Mario Walters, had also raped her. The child told interviewers that the rape occurred in a hotel room with a curtain in the middle of the room, and that she described a picture hanging on the wall in the hotel room. Where are the parents? Where the F word are the parents at? How did they get access to this kid? Huh. Law enforcement was able to locate a hotel in Little Rock that matched the description provided by the minor by a 6-year-old. That's really good. Good memory. Including the picture on the wall and the curtain in the room. Financial records from the hotel showed that the minor's mother had rented a room at the hotel in March of 2018 and paid with a credit card. The child has since been removed from the mother's custody. I noticed nobody wrote this in the chat, and I'm sorry for the long pause. Let me read that again for those who might not have caught what I just said. I'm going to read it again. Financial records from the hotel showed that the child's mother rented the room in the hotel and paid with a credit card. The child has since been removed from the mother's custody. Guess what's missing in this story? Mom's arrest, mom's conviction, mom's face, mom's name, and mom's excoriation. Ain't that a bitch? You didn't get the mom on pimping her own child out. You didn't get the mom on neglect. You didn't get the mom on, it don't sound like anything. She's not in jail with no bail. She's not on trial right now. And paid for the effing room. I'm gonna tell guys, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. This pisses me off so much. I'm familiar with Arkansas. This pisses me off to a point where I would let her go out there, my goddamn self, and find out who the mother is and find out her identity and put her all on blast on my channel and expose her to the world. This is the person who put their child up for auction to a group of pedophiles. I feel hate in my heart right now. I'm sorry. I can't even read the rest of this statement right now. That grabs at my heart. Where are the people at in Arkansas? Are y'all sleeping on this? I feel like Arkansas owes me an answer. Especially when a lot of my family tie comes from that area. And this is the type of shit that's going on. Putting your children, little 6-year-old girls up for auction? Fuck. Oh, I'm going to say some things that might get me in a bunch of trouble. So I'm going to try to refrain from saying those things. A name and a face, a conviction and a charge. We've got nothing. Arkansas screwed this up completely. Doctors at Arkansas Children's Hospital determined that it was unlikely the child had obtained each sexually transmitted disease from the same offender and that there were likely multiple offenders. Officers obtained search warrants for George and Waters' blood and urine. Results indicated that George and Waters tested positive for STDs and that the minor had contracted. Both George and Waters admitted in court that they had sexual contact with the minor and that they were involved in trafficking her with others. Unspeakable crimes committed against this child remind us of how vitally important it is to have law enforcement officers willing to investigate and put a stop to these horrific actions. Stated Acting United States Attorney Jonathan D. Ross. These guilty pleas will spare the young victim from having to relive her experience on the witness stand at a trial. Our law enforcement partners work very hard every day to protect children from this abuse, and our office will continue to aggressively pursue those who commit these deplorable crimes. But they know who did it. They need to squeeze an answer out of them. Judge Miller will sentence George and Waters at a later date. Conspiracy to commit human trafficking of a minor is punishable by any term of imprisonment up to life, not less than 5 years of supervised release. The case was investigated by the FBI and the Little Rock Police Department and being prosecuted by Assistant U.S. Attorneys Kristen Bryant and Allison W. Bragg. And this is coming from Justicegov, government website. Please believe me when I tell you that in my heart, that's what I want to do. I want to go down there to Arkansas, find out the identity of the mom, and put her on blast. This is effing inexcusable. It's not on the news. There were 0 news videos. This ain't national news. It's only on this channel. Where else do you hear this story at? That put me in a very emotional, bad place right now. But I will hope that the family, the friends, the people of Arkansas will step up and do the right thing. And we do need to know the identity just as well as we need to know their identity. And we also need to know the identity of the other people that were involved that participated. Why can't we get them names, them faces? Everybody around this child failed this child. And I think the law is also failing this child because you're talking about you got 2 perpetrators off the street. To spare this child emotionally, the child ain't going to go through nothing more emotionally by taking this to trial. This child has already been through the worst and some. Mom needs to be convicted. The other individuals involved need to be convicted. Tweedledee and Tweedledum need to be convicted of life in prison. Everybody tied to this needs to be put in life in prison. I would hope that somebody from Arkansas shoot me some information. Somebody please just talk to me and let me know what's really going on. I'm just curious. I'm just lost with this story. But I thank y'all for listening with an open mind and an open heart. And I know I said some things and I know I got some foul language, so I do apologize about the language. but I'm sure y'all understand my my anger. Hopefully I can give you guys a proper story and a proper update with full information on everybody that did this baby girl wrong. Thank you for listening with an open mind as well as an open heart. From my heart to yours, I love you. Protect your kids. Peace.